This one is something of a two-parter. The story spans this video and the next. In the reading, check it out in the description below. Jesus has been teaching in every synagogue in the area and has arrived back in Nazareth as a bit of a celebrity. Jesus has gone back to his hometown and is in the synagogue. He's handed the scroll of Isaiah, God's messenger, who has been writing about God's chosen one half a millennia before Jesus was even born. He reads it out and he sits down, which is simple enough. Then he starts preaching and things get interesting. But I'm getting ahead of myself. In this part, he reads, then sits and says, "This scripture is fulfilled in your hearing. God's Spirit is with me. I have been chosen to tell the poor good news, to proclaim freedom to the prisoners, to help the blind see, to free the oppressed. This is God's year," says Isaiah. And Jesus says, and all of this is now. Jesus is there in that place, making scripture real in the presence of the people. He's fulfilling God's promise made centuries before, when the Hebrew people were still in exile in Babylon. This passage that Jesus reads comes after a long section in Isaiah's prophecy, where the prophet laid out how God was going to save his people and bless them. Jesus was bringing the people back around to one of God's ancient promises of salvation. It is a promise of salvation which is far bigger than simple freedom. And this was fulfilled in their hearing, because he, Jesus, is God's chosen one.